Guys, Black Scout Survival, welcome to the show. Man, Jack Knife, he says his favorite nighttime show. Thank you, my brother. Anyway, this is our live show. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Anyway, you guys probably did not hear about this, but a Russian intelligence ship came within 30 nautical miles of Alaska's western island earlier this week. The U.S. Coast Guard said this on Friday. Now, this is just 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks after Russian and Chinese bombers flew together over there. So, yeah, good news as we're looking down the barrel of World War III. Now, did you guys hear about this? This is crazy. It doesn't surprise me, though, with Secret Service Kamala Harris, but Secret Service broke into a Massachusetts hair salon during a Kamala event. They covered the cameras with duct tape and broke inside to use the bathroom. They also let other attendees use the restroom as well, and they took candies off the desk. They reportedly left the store unlocked and the camera taped up all day after they left. Now, obviously, Kamala had to take a number 2 or else they wouldn't have went through this. She had to go take a deuce. Let me show you the video. Wow. Happy birthday, bear lover. Happy birthday. Sorry you have to work. Anyway, wow. Anyway, so they broke into a hair salon so Kamala could take a poop. And that video had the blurred out of the Secret Service agent, but here I got a picture of her. There you go. That's her. Don't she look like the Hot Tua girl? Has the Hot Tua girl made it into Secret Service? I'm actually shocked the Hot Tua girl is actually even famous. That's mind blowing. That if that tells you like a snapshot of where we are in American civilization, Hot Tua is it. Anyway, let's talk about Patriot Front for a moment. So the FBI declassified 2 packages of documents on the suspected Patriot Front group. Okay, now nearly every page is fully redacted. Every page. This is out of 586 pages on part 1, and part 2 is 364 pages. And literally, I looked at the documents, and they are completely redacted. That only says one thing. This is a federal DOJ operation, 100%. So the other thing is that charges were dropped against the Patriot Front leader in Idaho after 22 of his recruits were found guilty in court. So obviously he's a CI, he's confidential informant for them. And the thing is that law enforcement in Idaho have already admitted that they have confidential informants inside of the group. So this group is nothing more than a Fed boy operation, as lots of us suspected. Now, some people will sit here and argue and say, oh, no, they're not. Have you read their things? Blah, 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 blah. They look like feds. They dress like feds. They walk like feds. They have Fed haircuts. And I don't care if you agree with whatever they believe in. It doesn't matter. They are federal agents in that group. Following the arrest of 31 Patriot Front members in June 2022, 7 members were found guilty in jury trials in 2023. Another 15 members pleaded guilty. So 22 of the men arrested were found guilty of conspiracy to a riot, which is a misdemeanor. Now, the leader was left out of that. He was not indicted. His charges were actually dropped. And the way the feds work is they usually bust you for something and threaten you with all kinds of stuff, and then you, in turn, become a confidential informant. To me, this is probably a federal phishing operation, and for them to lock people up. But, I think that a lot of people have been wise to that, and it's nothing new. Thanks, Bacala. Thank you, brother. So let's talk about Tim Walz for a moment. Now, they have been they hit my videos. I had a request review, got denied during the initial review. I went to the YouTube partner program and had to get them to approve my video, the Tim Walz video I did the other day on Stolen Valor. They're really trying to shut this whole Stolen Valor thing down. But if Stolen Valor was not enough, that this communist bastard, he added a 95% tax to Zyn as governor of Minnesota. Now, why would anybody attack the delicious Zyn is beyond me. It's beyond me, unless you're a commie bastard. The reason why, though, is if you don't know, Zyn apparently is a conservative thing. That's the way they look at it. Frat boys use them. Tucker Carlson's a huge fan. But apparently the Democrats see it as a threat to our country. And even Chuck Schumer has went out going after Zyn. So anyway, but I thought that was comical. Stupid. They'll go after anything. And they say that they're not petty. They're very petty people. They'll go after anything, right? They should go after the hot tour girl. I don't know. So on Friday, I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but Trump campaign hacked. They found that Iranian, quote unquote, Iranian hackers broke into Trump's presidential campaign in June 2024, which also coincides apparently with the selection time of his vice president nominee, J.D. Vance. Now, they said that these are foreign sources hostile to the United States and were, in the Microsoft's report, claimed the hackers sent a spear phishing email to a high-ranking official on a presidential campaign. So, Iranians, sure, Obama, sure. They tried to play that before with Russia, right? Donald Trump posted this on True Social. He says, "We were just informed by Microsoft Corporation that one of our many websites was hacked by the Iranian government. Never a nice thing to do. They were only able to get publicly available information, but nevertheless, they shouldn't be doing anything of this nature. Iran and others will stop at nothing because our government is weak and ineffective. But it won't be for long. What Iran doesn't realize is that I will make the world a better and safer place, and that's good for them also." Now, this kind of coincides with something I believe that they've been trying to keep under wraps, okay? And I think this all kind of goes together probably because the crook's job did not go through, okay? This Pakistani man with ties to Iran is charged in a foiled assassination plot against Donald Trump. Now, my theory is that if Crook's job had been successful, they would have pinned those cell phones and encrypted foreign accounts to Iran. That's what I believe. Because you notice you've heard nothing about this kid. So this guy is a Asif Merchant, 46. He worked with a supposed hitman to try to assassinate Donald Trump. Now, the case was investigated weeks before the Crook's assassination attempt. And apparently Asif Merchant traveled to New York to meet with hitmen to carry out an assassination attempt. Well, guess who those hitmen were? They were FBI agents. Weird, huh? Weird. Why does FBI have undercover agents posing as hitmen against Donald Trump? Right? So Merchant apparently has a wife and kid in Iran as well as another wife in Afghanistan. But again, undercover FBI agents. So Merchant allegedly told the source that the people who will be targeted are the ones who are hurting Pakistan and the world, the Muslim world, he said. These are not normal people. He requested 25 men who could perform a protest as a distraction after a murder occurred and a woman to do a reconnaissance apparently. So was that explosives in the van maybe a distraction? I don't know. I thought this was odd. NBC News. Why does Iran keep sending amateurs to conduct assassinations in the U.S.? Why would that even be a question? Why would you say, why do they keep sending amateurs? Like, are you wanting them to? You get what I'm saying? That they're showing their hand here. Now, he allegedly met with this FBI agent several times and said that he wanted him to do three things: steal documents, USB drives from one of the victims' homes. Mar-a-Lago, FBI raid, plan protests and political rallies to carry out the assassination. At one meeting, he told the source that this was not a one-time opportunity and made a finger gun motion with his hand. And now the FBI says there's no ties to the Crooks shooting, okay? But then you see this here, Fox News, Trump assassination attempt. Iran threat prompts questions about gunmen's uncracked encryption. Thomas Matthew Crooks' encrypted communications remain inaccessible to FBI investigators. So they're already trying to paint this picture, right? They're painting it that Crooks could be part of this ordeal. Now, if you don't know, Iran did make threats against Donald Trump because of in retaliation to the Tehran 2020 airstrike that killed General Soleimani, commander in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Merrick Garland said this, and I want you to listen carefully to this. The Justice Department has brought multiple cases against individuals working on behalf of the Iranian government to lethally target Americans in the United States, he said. But as I said last week, we expect these threats will continue and these cases will not be the last. He's leaving the door open. The door's open for more attacks from Iran. Now, let's just say this could have been successful at Crooks and they pinned it on Iran. Think about the amount of conservative support that the government would have gotten from taking Trump out, from Iran taking Trump out, to go to war with Iran, direct kinetic war between U.S. and Iran. They're already trying to posture up with the imminent, apparently, world war we're about to be entering into, because Israel and Iran are supposed to go to war this week. Iran's supposed to attack them, they say, this week. That would have opened the doors, and conservatives would have been like, yeah, let's go to war because they got Trump. Also, let me share this. China has said they will support Iran. So in this conflict. So ultimately, this is leading to what could be ultimately a world war. We already have Ukraine and Russia proxy war. We have Iran and Israel. We have all of our major military assets there. Jets, Navy SEALs, drones, Marines, they're ready to go. And think if they had pulled off that plot. It would have been a dark day, because conservatives would have backed it and said, yeah, let's go get Iran. It's a theory, but I think it's very viable. And I would put nothing past the government, especially coming into this election cycle. Have you seen the fake photos of Kamala with like enormous crowds bigger than Trump? Apparently the AI graphic engineer has went silent because the photos have went back to him. But they're willing to stop at nothing, right? But it's wild. And I do think it's very odd that they're just now coming out with this Pakistani Iranian that was supposed to assassinate Donald Trump. Odd they wait till now to release that, right? I would say look for more plots. Hopefully none of them are successful. But I don't think they'll go the Crooks route again. And I don't think they're going to stop at anything. I really don't. Guys, I do want to mention just a few hours left. A lot of you have purchased the BSS 4, our fixed blade survival knife, olive drab texture G10 handles, D2 steel, fixed blade knife. You need one Kydex sheath. Anyway, let me show you how sharp this thing is real quick, because just so you know, we don't play around. We don't play around, guys. We don't play around. Razor sharp. Go grab one while they're on sale. They're going to be on sale till midnight Pacific Standard Time. Go grab one at blackscoutsurvival.com. I wanted to share that. Make sure you guys get a deal before that ends. Anyway, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you like, share, all that sort of good stuff. And we're going to say, Frosty, stay strapped and always stay dangerous. Take care.